If any of my videos have helped you determine to go with Maverick Transportation, I'd appreciate it if you'd use my name as a referral. You can either put it on the electronic application or the paper one. There's a spot for it. It is 8:09 in the morning. Getting ready to drop off my coils. They kind of look like that, but mine are wrapped in blue. So we will. What's this? He picked his up from US Steel, I believe. And once we are completely ready to pull forward, or I should say, when this individual in front of me is ready to pull forward, that open door there is where the forklift comes out of and pulls the coils off our deck. And I am suffering from fall allergies. I'm thankful for the fall. They were kicking my butt, and they still are. It was good all summer until this last week. It's been torture. So hopefully it'll end quickly, because it is September. I'm looking forward to October, November, December. Well, in fact, I'm looking forward to everything up until June, May and June. Once we get empty, I'm in Springdale, Arkansas, and sorry, perspiring still. It's September. What day is this? September 8th. I'm not sure when fall is actually going to arrive as far as the temperatures, but the trees know, and the grass obviously has figured out that it's supposed to be fall, because they're pumping out pollen like it's going out of style, but the temperatures are still, in the 80s and 90s. So let's see. Yeah, Maverick trainer truck. I don't know if this gentleman is a trainer or a student, but his coils are skidded on regular wood pallets, and I can see what company it's from too. I've hauled from that place as well, but mine are the ones that are on the round plastic pallets, and it's all shrink wrapped. It came from some foreign country. That's thanks to free trade, but I won't go much into that. Because I'm in Springdale, most likely after this gets unloaded, I will be going to Fort Smith to pick up a steel load there. We shall see. One time I delivered here, I thought I was going to Fort Smith, but I actually went across the street and picked up a giant metal press to bring back to the steel company that is the opposite side of the street as the Fort Smith Maverick yard. So that was kind of interesting. And now I'll get ready to pull forward. So we're going to start rocking and rolling.
Benghazi.
Wow, it takes a lot of turns to turn down that volume. But let's see if we can capture this. Maybe or maybe not. Because sometimes the forklift doesn't necessarily operate on our time frame. In many locations, even when I picked up this load, and there's no trucks behind me, I picked up the load and I was in loading position, I want to say for half an hour, 45 minutes, and there was a line of trucks behind me. So sometimes forklifts, shippers and receivers, don't necessarily operate on your time frame. They've got their work to do. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Anyway, that's it. Other than the perspiration coming off of my heavily furrowed brow, there's not much else to say. Ooh, there it is. I think that's a different forklift that went in there last time, so they'll... It's got very loud brakes. I'm not sure why. Let me see if I can steady this a little bit better. So I don't want to make anybody sick. There's a bug on my windshield. So yeah, that's what they do. They pull them off and bring them inside, and then they're good to go. Then they sign off our paperwork, and we can send in our empty call and get our next, or wait for our next load assignment. So that's it. Okay, interesting turn of events. I was originally over here on the edge of Arkansas in Fort Smith, where I was told to go, and once I got there, they said, hey, we're going to need you to go to Pine Bluff, Arkansas. It's only 200 miles away. This is fine. I get paid empty or full, so I'll drive as much as they want. I'm delivering in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and that delivers on Monday. So number one you see on the map there is the Maverick Yard in Madison, Illinois. And I will drive there and arrive tomorrow. I've got about 5.5 hours left on my clock today. If a miracle happened and they loaded the 2 trucks ahead of me in like an hour, you know, I'd make pretty good progress today, but that's not going to happen. So, as a result, I'm here picking up a treated lumber product wrapped in paper, or I guess you would call it, it's like Tyvek. It's like a plastic material to protect the lumber, but I think it's going to be the bigger piles or the bigger lengths of lumber versus the short lengths. So it doesn't matter. Whatever they put on the deck of my trailer, I will strap down and take to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's see if it says on here. It's plywood, 4x8 sheets, so treated plywood. 23 30 seconds and 19 30 seconds. And I do not see a weight on this, so that'll be interesting. We'll see what it looks like after it's loaded. The thing you have to be careful for with pressure treated or any kind of treated lumber, that's that liquid that the chemical process they put into this wood actually adds weight to your lumber products. So normally you might have in your mind, this is just plywood. I've hauled that much lumber before, but it may not be the case as far as weight. You could find out that it actually weighs quite a bit more, and you could actually be running overweight. So I will definitely be going by a CAT scale. If the loader of our 3 trucks, that gentleman in the forklift, already noted that, you guys can't haul this much weight. And so I'm not sure exactly how much the projected weight was for this load, but he's already going to short us on our loads and tell their salespeople, which I guess they do regularly. This way we'll be sure to be underweight, because he says, I don't want to deal with you guys going to a scale and then coming back and me having to unload you, because he's familiar with the weight. So, all right. Whatever you put on, that's what I'll haul. And so we'll go from there and drive up the shortcut 76 and 67, because usually, let me zoom in here, kind of give you typically, that looks bad through the camera, doesn't it? Typically, I don't know why it takes forever to focus, but hey, these are the difficulties we live with today. Wow, my dual-facing camera phone won't focus in 10 seconds or less. I mean, it used to be, back in the day, it was like, oh man, my tire's flat and my parents don't have any money, so I have to go get a paper route to pay for a new tire, and then I can ride my bike again. And that's how it used to be. Now it's all instant gratification. It wanted to focus, there it goes. It's like it's having trouble deciding. This originally wanted me to go up into Little Rock and then across 40 and up 55. And yeah, that'll get me there, but that's a lot of out of route miles that I don't need to do. So there's, I think this is 76 right here. Instead of going back up this way, I'm going this way. And then turns into US 67. And I went up this road last week or the week before. easy, I mean, nice route. And so I take that as often as I can when going this particular direction, when I'm trying to cut across over to Little Rock, because otherwise you have to go all the way over to Memphis. You know, that may seem like a short route, but that's not short. And let's see if it... See, I heard it click. It said I pressed it, but it didn't disappear. So it is, unfortunately it's out of focus already. It is 7 hours and 53 minutes from Madison, Illinois, 392 miles. So I will do a portion of that today, hopefully. Not sure exactly how quick this loading process is going to go. We didn't have a lot of hope, because the forklift driver said it took him 3 hours to load 2 trucks earlier this morning. So, okay. That didn't fill us with a lot of confidence, but kind of give us an idea of how long it might take. And that's just to get it loaded, because once the truck gets loaded and we put our tarps on top, we don't do any strapping or anything in that particular location where the truck is getting loaded. We actually pull out. If you can see in my side mirror, there is a truck doing his strapping and tarping outside of the yard. And that's where we'll do ours, you know, once we get loaded. We will go out yonder, do our strapping and loading and tarping and securing. Did I say loading? No, we're not going to do any loading. You know, strap and secure, tarp, and then get our paperwork to get out of here. So the amount of time it takes him to load that truck, hopefully it doesn't take him 3 hours to, you know, an hour and a half to load that truck and an hour and a half to load this truck. That seems extra lengthy to me. But I'm not sure where he's pulling this lumber from. You know, this is a fairly large place, and he is the only loader today. So we will just deal with it and live with it. So, but that's it for today. That was the interesting part. Instead of going to Fort Smith, well, I went to Fort Smith, but instead of getting steel, I'm getting lumber that's going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I'll get home on Friday, which is great. Knock on wood. Oh, it's all plastic in here. Here's a piece of paper. It's made out of wood. Knock on wood that there's no problems and I make it all the way home. We'll have to leave out on Sunday. Not a big deal, I guess. In order to get to the Milwaukee, Wisconsin delivery location by 10 a.m. It's not required to be there by that time, but that's a Maverick rule, and I abide by the rules. So, I will have, since I'm not going to get up at 2 in the morning to go deliver this in Milwaukee, because it's, I want to say it's 6.5, 7 hours from Madison. Yeah, that would be like leaving at 3 in the morning in order to be there by 10. It does have an open appointment time, so I will leave on Sunday afternoon at some point, so I can do 3 to 4 hours that day and make sure that I'm there before 10 o'clock. And that's it. We just got to wait to be loaded like that. It looks like it's going fairly quickly, in my opinion. So I will keep my fingers crossed that I get out of here in relatively short order.